You know, ever since Vito won Top Dog in the National Dog Show, Vito the Pug, of course, Pretzel's been acting a little differently. Yes, you have. He's been demanding more treats. He's talking back to me. He's been demanding more bully sticks and more walks and pets and loving. I think he knows. I think he knows he's top dog right now, and I'm okay with it. I'm happy to oblige. Today we went to the Goodwill outlet, also known as the BINS. This is in Salinas, California. Did I say it right? Salinas. And of course, if you've never been to the bins before, it's just big blue bins piled with stuff that didn't sell at the Goodwill stores for whatever reason. And they sell it by the pound. So here I am digging through and seeing if there's anything that I could find. They had lots and lots of books to look at. In Florida, there was one guy that did nothing but books, and he would scan the UPCs on eBay to see what they were selling for and decide if he wanted that book or not. So I thought that's pretty smart. Nobody here was doing that, and they had some good books, though. They had some Dean Koontz. They had some videos. They had like the entire first and second season of Seinfeld. I don't know if all these box sets had everything in there. And it's kind of risky because you don't know if they actually work when you get into the video cassettes and CDs and DVDs. All right, so here I am being brave and digging. This place was packed. Like, it was like almost like sensory overload. Every bin had about 5-6 people minimum digging in it also. And look at this. It's like a sunflower paper towel holder. I liked it, but, you know, it's not the kind of thing I sell, but I did like it. I'm sure there's some value in there. And, oh, this looks like a nightmare. Look at this. This is the thing nightmares are made of. All these knives in bins. Like, look at all these sharp objects. Like, this is so scary, and people are just digging through it. I'm like, ah! And over here, same thing. Sharp kitchen utensils. I couldn't. I just couldn't. And there was kids everywhere. Kids were just running around. They were screaming. They were crying. And I can't imagine that being safe. I found a Coleman box, and that's a really good gas stove there if you go camping. But I don't need one. I have a 2-burner stove. And there was a candle. It said Happy Camper. And that's a really nice poof back there. When I was in Florida and I had a house, I bought a poof, and it was like almost $100. So those are expensive. That would be a good pickup. It needed to be clean, but I wasn't gonna get it. Well, everything here needs to be clean, let's be honest. Rule number 1, if you buy something from the bins, you immediately wash your hands after you're done. And rule number 2 is you wash everything you just bought. So that's very, very important. I found this. It was a Santa Claus ornament. It looked like it had a little bit of age to it, but not terribly old, maybe 80s or 90s. So I did leave it. And I'm like, yeah, if I want it, I can go back for it. If you can ever find it. That's the thing about the bins. If it's something you definitely want, just pick it up, put it in your basket, and figure out later if you want it or not. I found this Necco candy tin. I don't know if it's old or a remake. I put it in my basket just to decide later. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't want to ruin the surprise. So here we are digging. And more tins. That was a Snickers maybe? So definitely a newer tin. And then I'm going through this box of stuff, but it looks to be like mostly toys. And they had Taboo. Now you could probably get some really good deals on board games here if all the pieces are there. And I have actually seen people counting all the pieces. There's a copper tea kettle, but it didn't have any lid, and it was pretty worn, pretty well used. And you got to be careful because like plastic breaks, glass breaks. Here's a sorry. There's a rock painting. All kinds of fun stuff. I mean, if I was a kid, I would have fun in here. All right, let's keep going. All right, here is big old plastic bin lid. Here is some holiday stuff. They had some Christmas in there. I liked these. I thought about these for half a second. They are candy corn lights, and then I don't think I've ever seen those. I thought those were pretty neat. And one of my helpful hints to you is to dig to the bottom. Like today was not the day to be digging to the bottom because there was just too much going on. Oh, look what I found. that is definitely a vintage Christmas ornament, is mercury glass. I sold one just like it not too long ago, but it was broken and it made me really sad because I probably would have gotten it otherwise, but the top was broken off. It probably could have been saved and put a new top on it and just evened out, but I don't have that patience, so I did leave it, but I put it in the crate to give it a tiny bit of protection in case somebody else wanted it. Let's see, lampshade. Everything is here, anything and everything. Before you go buy something, you should go to your local bins if you have one, just to see if they have it, because you can save so much money. All right, more Christmas stuff over here mixed with the Halloween. And I like this. This was an egg, like an egg maraca. It had little seeds or something in it and it made a noise. And so I put that in my basket because I liked it. And with smaller things, they weigh next to nothing. So they come up super cheap when you go to cash out. More board games in there. You just got to be careful of like the large heavy things like that Coleman camp stove. Still going to be cheaper here than if you went and bought it brand new, but with some weight to it, it's going to add up a little bit fast. I like this binder. And what is that? What is that? A toaster maybe? Plastic bowl. I'm using the bowl to scoop. I was a little nervous because I saw some stuff in here that made me worried that I was going to cut my hand open or something. So I'm just going to be super careful. Yeah, today was not the day to dig all the way to the bottom because of all the noise. It was just so loud in there. I found these are smushy. I don't know if they're like a yard game dice. And I found this old remote. Now, some of these actually do sell for good money, so you might want to be on the lookout for them. That's not the kind of thing I buy and sell, so I left it behind for somebody else. But there is some money to be had in old remotes. And let's see. More Christmas stuff. There's a little snowman there. There's a big old reindeer with fluff all over it. The stuff you have to deal with. I found this little bag. I thought that was kind of cute. And every BINS does stuff a little differently. Like my BINS back in Florida, I obviously primarily for the glass and the ceramics. So you can fill up an entire plastic bin for $8 plus tax down there. I haven't seen another Goodwill outlet that does it like that, but that's definitely more my style because glass is kind of heavier. And that ornament looked like it had age, but after looking at it closely, it didn't. And then I found this. It was like a little stockinette Santa, but he was missing his boot. So I put him in my basket. He definitely had some age to it. I'm like, I'm going to put him in my basket and look for his boot. And if I find his boot, I'm going to get him. So here I am frantically. Oh, and then look, parts of a Shiny Bright box. I'm like, okay, this is getting a little better. We have some vintage Christmas in here somewhere. I just need to find it. So here I am searching and searching and searching. But alas, I didn't find the boot and I didn't find the Shiny Brights. But I was like encouraged to keep going. And that's the thing about the Goodwill bins. Like my biggest piece of advice I can give you is to stay for the rotations because they bring out new bins every so often. Everywhere's a little different. And that is when you're going to find the best stuff, is when they bring out the new bins, because obviously it hasn't been picked through yet. This bin has obviously been picked through. And I have been able to find like full sets of Fire King Jadeite cookware, like full entire sets, casserole dishes, lids, loaf pans, like you name it. I've been able to find it when the new bins come out. I've found Mackenzie Childs. I have found Glassy Baby. My first Glassy Baby was found at the bins in Florida. So you can find like Salmon Falls. I have found some fantastic stuff for resale, and I have made quite a bit of a profit when I was down in Florida at my local outlet, because they are, like I said, they sell by the container. So I, for example, filled up a container and it had 4. Oh, look at the pig. It's Santa riding a pig. I think Jocelyn just found one of these at Goodwill not too long ago. I did leave it. Didn't need it. But you could fill up an entire bin down in Florida, and I found a set of 4 Hellenberg Salmon Fall teddy bear stoneware mugs, and I think that was my highest profit item off of the bins. And again, it cost me less than $8 because I filled up the entire bin, and I think the whole set sold for like $150 or something like that. It was crazy. So you can find some really good stuff. You just got to have the patience, you got to have the guts to dig, and you got to have the time, because like I said, you have to wait for the rotations to come around. and the new bins. That was a fan. The last fan I found at a thrift store said noodles on it, so I had to see that if that had anything fun written on it. Little guitar, violin, and of course I had to strum it, but did not work. I mean, obviously it's just a toy or an ornament of some sorts. And I'm still digging, Now, I've moved on from the other bin where they found the Christmas stuff, so the chances of me finding it in this bin are slim to none. If you're looking for something like that boot to the Santa, your best luck is going to be in the bin you found it in. So go into every bin in hopes of finding it. Like, no, it's not going to happen. And here is a candle. It was a candle holder. It was huge and ceramic. I bet that probably weighed a lot. And then over here, I'm digging, and I found the Coleman stove. I saw the box earlier, and here is the actual stove. I don't know why I felt the need to open it, but I did so I could show you guys. And it's just a propane stove, and it has the little wind flaps still with it. It looks to be in good shape. I think everything's there, but I don't need it because I have a 2-burner stove in my van that is an induction. And then I also have a backup single burner propane twist-on stove. So I left it for somebody else. I couldn't shut it either. I left it for someone else, somebody that might need it a little bit more than me. And then I found this briefcase. This is pure leather. It even says right there, genuine leather. And if somebody took the time and conditioned that and put it up on online for sale, I bet they could make a good profit on that. Even if you sell it for like 30 bucks, I mean, it's probably only going to cost you like $4, maybe max $4. That's just a guess. I don't know how much they charge per pound here. And here is a fish dish. It was plastic with a lamp harp on it. And I'm like, oh, because at first I thought it was glass. I'm like, how did that survive? All right, now we are at the Pacific Grove, California Discovery Shops. I'm going to show you in a haul what I found. Okay, so I went to the Discovery Shop. It is a little benefit thrift store here in Pacific Grove, California, and they were having a 25% off sale on Saturday. So they didn't do Black Friday, they did Saturday instead. And so I'm going to just like do a quick little mini haul of everything that I got because all of this was in cases, and I don't film when I have people like right next to me. I think that's, I don't know, awkward. I found this brooch. It is red rhinestones that sparkle like crazy. There's some weight to this. It's pretty heavy. I mean, obviously it's a metal, but it's got some weight to it. Real pretty. And then this one, I love the emerald cut on this rhinestone here, and this almost jelly belly looking one. It is so pretty. I am so surprised this is not marked anywhere. It's gorgeous. Oh, it might go like that. Like a little bouquet in a basket. Now this is probably the star of the show. It is a Weiss, and it is obviously an amber color rhinestone brooch, and it is marked right there. It is a gorgeous, very well done, very pretty piece. And this blue one here, look at the sparkle. It just mesmerizes me. Again, I'm surprised it's not marked because it's extremely well done, and the silver tone is really nice too. This one here is Alex and Annie, or Ani, A-N-I, and I've never had this brand before, so I looked it up and did a little bit of research, and they sell for around $30, so it was a good pickup considering I didn't even know what it was. This cute little brooch, I love that it's domed. It's perfect for winter. It can be like a little snowflake or a starburst or a flower. And this one, also extremely well done, but not marked at all. I haven't done any research on it to see if I can figure out a maker, but it's very well done and beautiful. Nice sparkle on that one too. This is a Tortellani Chrysler, and I only picked it up because it was marked. I believe it's Italian, and here's the mark on it right here. These actually sell extremely well, this brand. I can't find this wheat stock anywhere. But this brand does sell extremely well, so I'm happy with that. Of course, I had to get the cat because it's a cat, and it's got blue rhinestone eyes. Super cute. And then this one is also marked. This is a Paul Sargent, and this looks like a really old piece. He did like metal work And there's some nice rhinestones in there. Real pretty piece. And again, these go for around $40 online, so happy with that. Now this one's a mystery. This is gorgeous. Look at how sparkly the rhinestones are, and the back again is extremely well done. And I don't know who makes it. Definitely an older piece, but I can't find anything on it. I love how the rhinestones go onto the points of the other stones. Real pretty. And then this I just thought was a nice simple flower with some pretty rhinestones on there. I just liked it. And then I got this Limoges pear shape trinket box, and it is marked on the bottom. So these sell really well. And then the egg shape Limoges trinket box, and here's the mark on this one. So overall, I'm really happy. I don't remember what my exact spend was. It was under $200, over $100, but it was I got some stuff for myself too, so I didn't add up just what I bought for resale. So all of that plus a couple other things that I got, so I'm really happy with that. And you'll see it soon on probably a Wednesday night on Knickknacks and a jewelry sale. So see you then. And here's a little bonus footage of Pretzel cuddling with his sloth and some beautiful petunias. No, morning glories? I don't know. Thanks for watching, guys. And as always, I will see you on the next video. Bye, guys.